What if I told you the hair transplant that you've been planning could be a trap, one that leaves you worse off than when you started? When considering a hair transplant, many think that it's a one-time fix, one-time solution that restores a youthful hairline, and that's it. But what if I told you that a hair transplant, though transformative, comes with several limitations that patients often overlook and doctors seldom talk about? Imagine yourself walking through a forest, engulfed in flames. This fire is your ongoing hair loss, and the trees that remain are the hair on your head that have not yet been engulfed. And now imagine planting fresh saplings while the forest fire is raging in full swing. These newly planted trees don't have an iota of a chance to survive unless you extinguish this forest fire first. Similarly, a hair transplant cannot succeed in the long term unless you first put off the fire raging in your scalp, the fire of androgenic alopecia. Now let me walk you through 5 critical limitations of a hair transplant that you must know before going under the scalpel. Knowledge that ensures that your hair transplant journey stays on track without falling prey to highway robbers or pirates along the way. A hair transplant is designed to fill the gaps created by baldness by relocating hair from healthy areas at the back of the head, which are supposed to be permanent, to regions or recipient area experiencing hair loss. While this can restore density and improve appearance, this does not prevent future hair loss from occurring. And this distinction is vital, which we often ignore. Unless you control the ongoing hair loss because of androgenic alopecia, before your baldness stabilizes, going in for a hair transplant will leave you with isolated patches surrounded by barren scalp as your baldness progresses. Your restoration after hair transplant will eventually appear fragmented, unnatural, and incomplete. Your donor area is like the goose that lays golden eggs. You can either take all the eggs in one go, if that's possible, or enjoy a steady supply for a lifetime. Over-harvesting a donor area is like greedily demanding all these golden eggs all at once. And similarly in hair transplant, taking all the hair in your donor area in one go may give you quick results, fuller results, and your doctor all the money. But it will leave you with nothing to rely upon as baldness evolves over time. For the goose that laid golden eggs has been mercilessly slaughtered. Your donor area has been over-harvested and has lost the remaining hair that were not harvested due to shock loss or due to scar engulfment. And this greed can come both from the patient and the doctor. Patients may push for excessive grafts in the pursuit of dense coverage, not wanting to travel a second time or a third time, wanting future-proofing against their future hair loss. And many clinics do pander to their needs, throwing caution to the wind, unmindful of the ethics in the profession, not considering long-term consequences. Both these scenarios risk depleting the donor area, leaving no reserves whatsoever for future hair loss correction. And the number of grafts that are available are finite in number. Excessive harvesting can lead to patchy, unnatural thinning at the back of the head and sides of the scalp, which can appear grotesque and shifts the attention from the balding area to the skin disease like patchy, battle-scarred donor. And this is especially true for patients with aggressive male pattern baldness, extensive baldness, especially occurring at a young age. Once those grafts are depleted, there is no turning back. It's a point of no return and a lifetime of regret. So therefore, surgeons must balance donor site preservation with achieving optimal results, ensuring there's enough donor hair for future procedures if hair loss continues. Mismanaging the donor area, on the other hand, can leave you with no options for correction at a later date. My DHX technique aims at just that. While plantation is important, donor preservation is prime. And because of this technique that I use, my philosophy, I have been for many years now showcasing long-term results, and you can see them on my channel. A hair transplant success heavily relies on the condition of your scalp, the health of your scalp. Scarring, poor blood supply, or previous surgeries can compromise graft survival. Think of it like planting seeds in a rocky soil. No matter how carefully you plant them, they won't flourish if the environment isn't conducive for hair growth. Patients with conditions like seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis, or excessive scalp oiliness may face slower healing and reduced graft success. Managing these issues before surgery is crucial for optimal results. And then we go on to the wrong hairline trap. Most of us fixate on achieving a youthful, aggressive hairline, aiming to recreate their teenage look, no less. But what you don't realize is that this can be a long-term mistake. Many times, a 25-year-old may desire a low hairline, believing in the belief that it mimics his youthful appearance. However, they need to understand that while naturally low hairlines of a 24-year-old are programmed to recede somewhat over time to create a mature look, a transplanted hairline gets fixed, gets rooted where it has been planted. It doesn't shift back with age. These hairs have put anchor for all times to come. As a result, a low aggressive hairline will remain static, and by the time you turn 50, you may look oddly youthful, and this can look unnatural. And worse still, if further baldness occurs, which it will, that low hairline that you got made will look completely out of place, like an isolated island of hair amidst a sea of bald scalp. In such cases, the patient, more often than not, ends up cursing the doctor. Cursing him because with his knowledge, he should have cautioned the patient about what lay in store and not heed what the patient forced him to, not pander to the patient's needs for monetary gains. And patients usually forget very fast that it was because of them that the low hairline was created. So the final responsibility lies with the clinic. A clinic, once the hairline is done, that's the clinic's signature on a person's head for all times to come, which cannot be erased. Imagine framing a painting and you place the frame too tightly around the picture and it loses its balance. Similarly, a poorly designed hairline can undermine the entire transplant outcome. Experienced surgeons, on the other hand, design hairlines that are appropriate for age, appropriate for facial structure, hairlines that have been crafted anticipating future hair loss. A hairline you grow into, a hairline you do not grow out of. A hair transplant might restore hair, but it doesn't freeze time. Without proper maintenance, your non-transplanted hair, and sometimes even the transplanted hair, will continue to thin, continue to recede. So therefore, to ensure lasting results, medications like DHT blockers, stimulants are essential to stabilize your existing pattern of hair loss. As long as the gene driving androgenic alopecia remains active, you will need to slow down its assault on your follicles with DHT blockers. DHT blockers taken judiciously in consultation with an expert doctor. And there are so many around the world. Lifestyle adjustments such as stress management, healthy sleep patterns, and nutritional support will further enhance your hair transplant results. Think of your hair transplant as a freshly planted forest after a wildfire. Without ongoing care to prevent future forest fires, your efforts to rebuild will be in vain. Combining surgery with medical care will ensure that your results stand the test of time. And the bottom line, a hair transplant is a holistic approach to baldness, a journey that lasts a lifetime. Unlike a hair transplant left unattended that withers like the morning dew at the first rays of the sun. A successful hair restoration journey isn't about only filling the bald spots. It's about anticipating future hair loss, protecting your donor area, and committing yourself to long-term care in your own interest. Choose a surgeon, therefore, and there are many. A surgeon who understands this balance and values long-term well-being for quick results and quick money. For informed decisions lead to better outcomes. When you know the limitations of a hair transplant and plan accordingly, you set yourself up for lasting success. Knowledge, my dear friends, is your best in this journey, empowering you to make confident choices and achieve results that truly last. Results like these. So ensure your journey remains on track, it doesn't get hijacked, doesn't fall prey to robbers on the wayside, and you emerge victorious, a hair transplant result that lasts a lifetime. So thank you for watching again. If you have any questions about hair loss treatment for men and women, about hair transplant surgery, or any other question of a general nature, do drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll respond to you immediately. If you wish a personalized consultation before your hair transplant or for your hair loss, join this channel and the link is given in the description box below. Have a nice day and God bless you.